Well, it was a game that started so well, but in the end we came away with a disappointing result today.
You ask your players to start on the front foot. We got a stat at the club that if we score first, we're unbeaten. We scored first in 6 occasions, 1-3, drawn 3, and to be fair, when you go and get the first goal in under 5 minutes, you think, good, now build on it. Manner in which we conceded the first, poor clearance, poor start line, and to be fair, you can't really argue with Ryan Huddart. It's too close for him in terms of the header. You can't question that, can he make the save? By the time it's in the back of the net, he's on the move. So frustrating that we conceded in the manner in which we did, but my biggest frustration was the second half performance. I felt that I take full responsibility, like I do on the manager of this football club. I've got no issues with that, but for me, when you defend like the manner in which we did today, and you offer up goals in the manner in which we did, then the players have got to hold their hands up as much as me. And I can analyse everything, I can go through the whole thing, I can talk you through the second goal, the third goal, the fourth goal, but listen, my players have played very below par. At no stage am I saying it's because we played below par that Harrogate won a game of football, not at all. Harrogate come here with a togetherness, a group that have gone up the level. There's 14 odd players in his dressing room that he's trusted from the level below, and he's added 3 or 4 bits of quality to that, and fair play to him. I have to say that they thoroughly deserved it. Why? Because they took their chances, we didn't. But at no stage have I ever seen this season, last season, or the time that I've been here as a manager, that we get opportunities like Harrogate got today. You got handed one by the goalkeeper, got handed one by Dave Stevens and Femi and Isamni, and the second for me, the fourth, sorry, for me was, I've got to look at them back, but I felt that it's probably savable. And look, we've lost a game of football. It doesn't change anything in terms of where we're going as a club and how I see that group of players. It's just our reaction now, and we've lost 3 on the bounce. It's something that I have said to the boys that we need to really get out of the rut as soon as possible, because we don't want to be in a position where you're losing another one and another one. It's something that we're giving ourselves a buffer below the bottom 4, and we was getting in touch with a playoff berth, but now that's opened up slightly. We still have that buffer between the bottom 4, and it's something that we need to make sure we have a good week this week, go to Hartlepool full of confidence. We have to. I've got such a good squad in there, and personnel in there that they know on their day they can deliver, hence the Sutton result. But today, not good enough.
We started the game very strongly, but we maybe didn't quite make them pay as we should have done. They started the second half very strongly, and they had 2 goals early on. Was that the difference?
I felt that we probably should have gone 2-0 up. Shakesy, you've gone through on goal, and you've got Burrell on his own, and he's played a blind ball to Goziugu on his left-hand shoulder. Shakesy knows, I ain't got to tell him how to suck eggs, he knows that he should have probably held up a little bit, waited for Gozzy to get in his eye line. He either slides in for a first-time finish or he uses Gozzy and goes on and takes it himself. So, look, is Shakesy the issue? No, not at all. He wasn't the issue why I've lost a game of football. It's just them moments you have to be a little bit more clinical. He knows that, and you go 2-0 up, it changes the outlook of the game, and maybe you go and see it out. But unfortunately, we can see probably 3 or 4 minutes later, and they have their peckers up. And I felt we'd done all right in the back end of the first half. It was just the second half performance was shambolic, and the players know. And have I nailed any of them to the wall? No. I need that group to go and get me 3 points against Hartlepool on Saturday. So I'm not a fool. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. They know that their performances weren't at level, and they expect to be better. And I'm hopeful that we've got a free week now, that we build on something, can come in, bounding through the door, ready to go work, ready for Hartlepool on Saturday.
You were forced into quite a few changes today. How much do you think that affected the game?
Not at all. I've got a squad of players that I believe in. The likes of Conor Smith's getting a run now, Manny Panny's getting a run now. Goziugu's come in and obviously taken the forward berth, and for me, not at all. Yes, they're colossal. The 4 lads, Rico, Hackett Fairchild, Andrew Belanta, Mark Ricketts and Danny Woodhards, but not at all. That's probably happening across the country in terms of the National League, where there's people getting injuries and suspensions, and we have to deal with it. And today we haven't dealt with it. And people that are going in and getting an opportunity need to really nail down their spots, because when they come back, they're going to be chomping at the bit to start. So I said it in no uncertain terms at the start of the game, make sure you got your shirt come a week's time, come Hartlepool, because when they come back and they're available for selection, don't let them walk back in. And for me, there was a few that did okay today, there was a few that were, yeah, shambolic, and there was a few that, for me, we carried. So unfortunate, but listen, we're 3 losses. We've won 5, drawn 4, lost 5. So at the minute, stats tells you we will win 1, lose 1, draw 1 side at the minute until we get a bit of consistency. So have we lost 3 games under my helm before? No. It's something I'm going to relish, something I'm going to take on. And look, I ain't going to fold. I've been built bigger and stronger things than this. And for me, it's they got to resemble me as a manager. They got to resemble where I go, and we'll come out fighting.
One positive from today's game was Gozzy Ogwe's brace and a spectacular second goal.
He's done well today, to be fair. I think he could have done better. And in fairness, he could come running up to me going, well, I'm about to score 2 goals. But I felt there was little chinks in his armour. Thought there was little details that he needed to improve on. But in fairness, he's gone and scored 2 goals. He's took the first, brilliant. Just took the ball off its line with his head. And the second was fantastic. And I felt it would give us a little leg up in terms of trying to get an equaliser, and maybe if we'd scored within a couple of minutes of that second, going to get a winner. And unfortunate that we go and follow suit like we did the second half and go and allow them a 4th goal. And I can analyse it to the depth, and I probably will do tonight. I have to say, I've already got the analyst clipping some of the bits that I need to look at, because I need to really see where we're going in terms of the 4 goals today. But we've lost a game of football. That's it. If we'd won today, would I be ecstatic? No. If we've lost a game of football, I'm going to be suicidal? No. It's just very much that they come here, they've done a job, they were very relentless, they were organised, and today we offered up a poor performance on that part, and we need to be better if we're going to go and compete at this level.
One good thing about this group, and something that I notice every day, is how together they are, the characters in the group, and this isn't the sort of thing that they won't bounce back from easily, is it?
Listen, I've questioned a few of them after the game. You know, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't, I have to say that, but Shakesy knows what I was like as a player. The fans probably know what I was like as a player. I was relentless, I was horrific to play with, I have to say that, but I wouldn't have settled for that, and a few of them settled for it in the second half. And for me, that needs to improve, because if you do go a goal down, you see in the Halifax game and the Maidstone game, I said it and I've told the boys in team meetings that when you stay in the game, you always have an opportunity. So they're the only 2 that going a goal down to the start is where we've come and got 4 points, and it was very much staying in the game. You look at today, even if you're going to 2-1, that didn't affect us. It didn't affect us. I knew that we had to stay in the game. To go then ship at 3rd was not good enough. And I believe in this group. Today don't change that. Today don't define where we're going as a football club. Today don't define what I am as a manager. Today defines where we're going in terms of how we react, how we bounce back. And like I said, they're a good group, and I'm not going to change. Overnight we ain't poor. Overnight we're not together. We're very together. It's one of the best dressing rooms I've had in terms of togetherness. They want to fight for each other. You lose your skipper in Mark Ricketts, it's huge. But he's in there afterwards, getting around the players, which I loved. But we need to make sure that Hartlepool get the RAF. And we need to work hard this week, put this to bed as soon as possible. We need to put 3 points on the board, get another W by our name, because for me, you go and lose 3 games, and to sit 12 still, in touch to an extent in the playoffs, and giving yourself that 8-point buffer from 4th from bottom, you're probably saying you're nailed on mid-table, and we need to go to Hartlepool with a focus to go and get maximum points.
Just as an aside, Luke, it was great to see another academy graduate on the bench in Any Man and I.
He's been brilliant, I've got to be honest. He's my little pet project. He's come from Cameron's Academy, and you look at what we've done so far. We've got Fred at Dunstable, Jack Gibbs was at Northwood, had to come back in today due to the injuries. Alex Morgan's playing for Northwood today. There's another 2 in the academy that are wanted by a certain club in the Southern Prem. So the work that Cameron's done is fantastic, and how he's churning out players is brilliant for me, brilliant for this football club, and brilliant for the work he's doing. And to have any man in the bench is such a learning curve for him, to see how important 3 points means. And he'll see the little details today, where we went wrong, and I loved him being involved. To see him when he walked in and see his name on the back of his shirt was a priceless moment, I have to say that. And yeah, look, I take my first team out off and put my academy out on now. Yeah, that's another positive, and that's something probably that I should have said prior to the fella that done an interview beforehand. So I made a kid's dream today. Cameron's made a kid's dream. This football club's made a kid's dream today because he's got his name on the back of his shirt. So that will live long in my memory, seeing that kid's face.